Hi, everybody. Welcome to the Quarterback School. I am JT O'Sullivan. Today, the first ever Quarterback School tiers locked in, fired up. Let's get it going. Welcome to the QB School. I am fired up to make this video happen. I have wanted to sort NFL quarterbacks for a long time. People have been asking for tiers. People have been asking for rankings. These are not your rankings, not your type of tiers. These are sorting all 32-ish starting quarterbacks going into the fall of 24 in Harry Potter Hogwarts houses. All right. Locked in, fired up. We're going to have some fun with this. All right. Stop taking it so serious. We're going to have a lot of fun. I'm going to do my best. Okay. It's not going to be easy. People are going to be all hurty feelings in the comments about their quarterback not being in Gryffindor. Deal with it. All right. I'm not in Gryffindor. Done the quizzes, all different types of board games, having fun with this. I love the Harry Potter books. Love the Harry Potter movies. We even have Harry Potter board games in this house. So my family really enjoys all three kind of mediums to be able to enjoy Harry Potter. We actually have a bunch of different houses represented in our immediate family. I've got my wife, 3 boys, 5 people. We've got 2 Hufflepuffs, 2 Slytherins, and 1 Gryffindor. I'll let you do your best to try to figure out who's who in the zoo. If you know the crew, I'll probably reveal my house as we get through this video, but I am fired up to do this. Okay. Now, if you don't know anything about Harry Potter, lo siento, this video is probably not going to be for you. If you're a fan of Harry Potter and you're a fan of football, specifically quarterbacks, hopefully this is right down your alley. I'm going to have a lot of fun with this thing. I've wanted to do this video for a long time. My youngest son, diehard Harry Potter, wanted me to do this for years. We finally are going to make it happen. First off, big thank you to family friend Shannon Litchie for making this hat happen. This is large, and it's going to be fun to have the sorting hat do its thing for me, try to get in a little bit of character as we get through this thing to kind of make this thing a little bit more fun on a number of different levels, but I'm locked in. All right. So first up, the Harry Potter Hogwarts houses. There are 4 of them: Gryffindor, Ravenclaw, Hufflepuff, Slytherin. Now, you go online, you can all of a sudden go crazy deep dive into all sorts of different characteristics, traits. There's a bunch of traits mentioned in the book. Again, this is not right from the first person source. We're going to get these from a bunch of different sources online just to make it easier for me to be able to kind of put some scaffolding around what we're going to use for the characteristics and traits to best attempt to sort all these quarterbacks, sorting 32 quarterbacks into the Hogwarts houses. All right. So when you start looking at these traits and characteristics, you can find a bunch of different images. They obviously talk about them in the book, the movies, and even some really cool board games. We're going to use a bunch of different kind of overall general traits to be able to find this, but you can go down a deep dive and have a bunch of different kind of ideas, frameworks to be able to sort these things off. What we're going to use specifically for this video. All right. Now, this is not the easiest overlay to read, so I'll do a little karaoke here to get us going, but we're going to start with Gryffindor: courage, daring, nerve, chivalry. Not sure chivalry is really going to come into play here. Then we're going to get into Ravenclaw: intelligence, knowledge, wit, observation. We're also going to add, I saw it in one of the images, so if it's on the internet, we're going to use it as truth in this one, eccentric for Ravenclaw to be able to help sort some of these quarterbacks. Next, we're going to get into Hufflepuff: hard work, patience, loyalty, honesty. Now, this next one, we're also going to add in Hufflepuff. Okay, I saw it in an image, so it's got to be true. Okay, this is going to hurt some feelings, even some feelings in my own house. Laziness. Okay, I saw it. It's got to be true. And then finally, Slytherin, my crew: ambition, cunning, cleverness, resourcefulness. So that's the framework we're going to use to best try to attempt to sort these quarterbacks. I'm not going to go through each and every quarterback with why they're in each house. I'll do my best to kind of name what I think were the fun ones to be able to do or where I really struggled. But we're going to get locked in. We're going to sort all 32-ish starting quarterbacks. Now, if you're a fan of the books, fan of the movies, you know that the sorting hat, not short on confidence, actually has a lot of, I think in the books there's a lot of song tethered to the sorting hat. Fortunate for you, I'm not going to sing at all in this video, but I am going to do my best to kind of take over the vibe of the Sorting Hat as best possible and be able to have some fun with this stuff. So no more waiting. We are locked in, ready to go. We're going to start with the NFC. Let's see how quickly we can get through these things. We're going to start with the NFC South. We're going to start with Baker Mayfield. Baker Mayfield, not an easy one for me to sort. Thought there were a lot of different traits that he kind of was able to encapsulate over the course of all the different houses, but him being able to bounce back, the resourcefulness, the ambition tethered to him being able to transfer in college, come out, have a huge win, be successful, ambitious, can certainly see the cunningness of what he does with his vibe. Slytherin. Next, we're going Kirk Cousins. Kirk Cousins, new team, coming back from a injury. Couldn't get the Falcons colors, but we're going to do our best here. I thought that Kirk Cousins came across really great in the Manning Netflix quarterback series. Came across super intelligent, well prepared. We are going Ravenclaw. From there, we're going to go to the New Orleans Saints. Derek Carr strikes me as Hufflepuff vibes for days. Loyal, honest, all that good stuff. Hufflepuff. Next up in the NFC South, we've got the Carolina Panthers. Bryce Young. Now, the first potentially controversial call here, I'm looking for Bryce Young to have a massive bounce back sophomore season. Hopefully they upgraded at a bunch of different places on offense. New staff, we'll see what it looks like. I'm fired up. You got to be brave to play quarterback with that size. Locked in. Gryffindor. Next up, we're going to go to the NFC West. Okay, NFC West. Got some easy ones in the NFC West. Got some tough ones in the NFC West. The easy ones, okay, the ones that I thought were no doubters. Rams, Matthew Stafford, absolutely locked in. Slytherin vibes for days. Next up, Brock Purdy. Brock Purdy. I mean, come on. I know polarizing guy in these rankings things, not polarizing with the Sorting Hat. He is locked in. Gryffindor. Next up, we've got Geno Smith. Geno Smith, what an awesome career arc to be able to go through what he went through with playing wise, off the field incidents with the Jets to kind of the resurgence and the vibe that he's created in Seattle with that offense. Locked in. Dude comes across to me as well prepared, super intelligent. It's easily a Ravenclaw. Next up, Kyler Murray, the Cardinals. This is a rough one for me. Okay, now I forget what medium it comes into play, but there is a hat still in these things. And what that means is that it takes the Sorting Hat and the person that's being sorted, Kyler here, over 5 minutes to be sorted. Okay, there's some back and forth. It's not easy. We don't know where the hell house he should go to. That being said, I'm not going to make you sit here for 5 minutes or run like a super fast clock in the corner and pretend like we're going to do 5 minutes of time here as I think about it. What I am going to tell you to say, basically, is that it was not easy for me to sort Kyler Murray. Luckily, I found that one little image of that laziness comment. I always think video games in your contract, just a bizarro thing to have follow you with the rest of your career. We're going to go Hufflepuff. All right. From there, we're going to go to the NFC East. Okay. The NFC East, we're going to start with the easiest one. Absolute no doubter. New York Giants, Daniel Jones. Couldn't be more Hufflepuff if he tried. From there, Jane Daniels. Now, some of these rookies, the Commanders here, hard necessarily to sort. I know Jane Daniels a little bit back in the day from Elite 11. Thought he came across as a really genuine, good dude, super honest. I had fun interacting with him. He is going Hufflepuff. From there, we're going to go to the Philadelphia Eagles. I think the Eagles, Jalen Hurts, plays the position how I'm kind of creating this archetype for what a Gryffindor quarterback looks like. Brave, courageous, makes plays, kind of extend plays, those types of things. For me, we're going Gryffindor. Next up, Dak Prescott, another one that was a little tough for me. Now, I think he's got traits and characteristics that fall into a bunch of different houses, like many quarterbacks, good quarterbacks, and really all people. That's why these sorting thing is so fun. But I think where he's at with his career, struggles at the end of the year, it looks like there's crazy ambition. It looks like there's some cunningness to making it happen and the resourcefulness to see if it can. But up until this point, it hasn't. Either way, I think he leans Slytherin. From there, my favorite division in football, the NFC North. Now, the NFC North is loaded with quarterbacks right now. We're going to start with the easy one. I think the easiest one for sure. The Detroit Lions, the resurgence, the Fighting Dan Camels, Jared Goff. Easy. Super Hufflepuff vibes, 4 days. Not a bad thing. Locked in. Fun seeing Jared Goff do his thing. Next up, Jordan Love getting paid. Super intelligent. Locked in. Learned a lot from behind Aaron Rodgers doing his own thing now. For me, comes across as easy Ravenclaw. From there, Caleb Williams. I think everybody's excited to see what the Bears look like with the Caleb Williams, some new weapons out there. I think, again, plays the position how I kind of have a mental model in my head of brave, being able to go out there, do his thing, curious, got Gryffindor vibes. 4 days, we're going a Gryffindor. Next up, J.J. McCarthy. We're going to go J.J. McCarthy with the Minnesota Vikings. Locked in, see what that looks like. Again, to me, not the easiest thing to sort these young quarterbacks who haven't seen them play a lot, don't necessarily know their characteristics, traits, vibes with how they play besides for what we saw in college. For me, college, what he was asked to do, easy Hufflepuff. Halftime, you dig the channel and you haven't already, please like, subscribe, hit the bell, get the notifications. I sincerely appreciate you subscribing to the channel. I really do. It means a lot to me, so thank you for taking the time and doing it. We also have a quarterback school Patreon community. That group is really the foundation, the bedrock of the channel. Not only is it a great spot to get even more quarterback school content, but we go deep, nuanced, detailed dives, really creating the environment of what it's like in an NFL quarterback room. Even with the jokes, there's jokes in NFL quarterback rooms. You got to have fun with this stuff. I remember kind of making lists of quarterbacks in quarterback rooms. So if you're interested in that, hop over to the quarterback school Patreon community. We also have courses. All the courses can be found at the new Quarterback School website. If you haven't checked it out, hop over there, check it out. The link is in the video description. Ask me anything, a cool feature over there. You're probably going to be able to ask me about Hogwarts moving forward. And then finally, make sure to follow me across social media platforms. I appreciate your support. As for this video, let's get back to it. We're going to go AFC quarterbacks. We're going to start in the AFC South. AFC South, first up, right out the gate, Trevor Lawrence. Now, Trevor Lawrence, one of those guys, again, like many, have a lot of characteristics and traits that overlap in a bunch of different houses. I couldn't get past the aesthetic. The hair looks like Malfoy's dad. He is locked in a Slytherin. Next up, CJ Stroud. Again, young, brave, curious, courageous. It's easily Gryffindor for me. How awesome he played that first season. Fired up to see what they look like in the second year. Gryffindor. Next up, we're going Will Levis. Now, Will Levis was not an easy one for me. Okay. I basically was able to kind of come down to saying the dude looks dedicated to the weight room. He is locked in. Hufflepuff. Next up, we've got, where are we going next? Oh, Indianapolis. Anthony Richardson bouncing back from an injury. Again, not an easy guy to be able to throw into a house like this. Don't know much about him other than the fact that he didn't play a lot in Florida. He looked crazy impressive in the little window that he was able to play at the start of last year. I'm fired up for what the Colts will look like going forward. They're a lot of fun to watch offensively. Again, comes across as genuine, honest. He is Hufflepuff. Next up, we're going to go to the AFC West. Now, the AFC West has got some super easy ones, and the AFC West has got some rough ones for me. We're going to start with the Denver Broncos, your boy Bo Nix. The dude played a ridiculous amount of college football. I think more college football than anyone ever, maybe just quarterback-wise. So he is certainly dedicated to the craft. He is loyal to college football, but we're in the NFL now, but he's still in Hufflepuff. Next up, we're going to go Patrick Mahomes. Again, Patrick Mahomes, easy, simple, obvious, probably the head boy at Gryffindor. Next up, we're going to go Gardner Minshew out of Las Vegas with the Raiders. I think Gardner Minshew comes across as a dude who has a lot of fun. Certainly to me looks a little eccentric. We were able to find eccentric in Ravenclaw. So guess what? It is a Ravenclaw. Next up, we've got Justin Herbert with the Chargers. Justin Herbert has got the most obvious, easy to kind of see the parallel with your boy Cedric Diggory. Really good. We'll see how it ends up. He is for sure Hufflepuff. Next up, we're going to the AFC East. Okay, AFC East had some controversial ones with me internally trying to make sense of some of these guys. We're going to start with the Buffalo Bills. Josh Allen, Big Josh. He is, I wanted to put him in one house. I got talked into putting him into another house. We'll see what it looks like as he continues to move forward. But man, the dude is fun to watch. He's a big dude. Certainly seems like a really honest, genuine dude. We are going to go with Hufflepuff. Next up, we've got Tua in Miami. Again, When I think of Tua, I think loyal, honest, thoughtful, easily above. Next up, we've got Drake May, New England. Again, rookie, who knows, comes across as a pretty intelligent guy. He's probably locked into his playbook right now, trying to learn the ways of what it's like in the league. We're going to go Ravenclaw. Next up, probably the easiest sort of all of these starting quarterbacks. Reminds me of being in the movie when the sorting hat, I think for Malfoy, didn't even have to come down onto his head. You just knew immediately. Aaron Rodgers. Aaron Rodgers, you are a Slytherin. See you in Slytherin, buddy. That's not a knock. I'm in Slytherin, all right? Next up, we're going to go to the AFC North. Now, the AFC North is loaded with quarterback play. We're going to go start with the Baltimore Ravens, Lamar Jackson. I thought this was a pretty simple one. I know people probably think that he would thrive in Gryffindor, but it's such an easy kind of parallel to go Baltimore Ravens. We got to go Ravenclaw. Next up, we've got Joe Burrow. Now, Joe Burrow is, again, one of those guys I think could fit in a bunch of different houses. I think he would probably thrive in Gryffindor as well. The new haircut, the vibe, he's got kind of that ambitious resourcefulness, a little bit of cunning. Dude obviously knows what he's doing. Fired up for him to be in a Slytherin. Next up, we've got Deshaun Watson. All right, we had to do it. We're going to go, Deshaun Watson is not going to be at Hogwarts, y'all. He is going to be at Durmstrang. Okay, if you don't know Durmstrang, and hopefully I'm pronouncing that correctly, that is where your boy Victor Crumb was from. Great Quidditch player, not going to go to Hogwarts. Finally, we've got the Steelers. We're going to go two at Steelers. We're going to go Russell Wilson, Ravensclaw. He's got that kind of eccentric, kind of intelligent, needs an office type of vibe. And then we're going to go Justin Fields for sure. Gryffindor, locked in, brave, runner. We'll see what it looks like, see who ends up coming out of that competition. As for this video, hopefully y'all really enjoyed it. I had a lot of fun with it. Hopefully it went faster than you thought as well. Be able to get through all those quarterbacks. I had a blast putting this thing together. Again, thank you for everybody for making it happen. Let me know where I missed. Let me know where I went sideways. Let me know where you agree, disagree. Thanks so much for watching to the end. I will see you next time. Have a good one.